Recording in progress. Rolling up and down the finger. Just as the sun comes out. And into the palm. And the palm, so the pinky. And the thumb. And down to the wrist. And up to the knuckle. And let us place the ball between the thumb and the forefinger and press. Middle finger. Ring finger. And pinky. Another hand, index, middle, ring, and pinky. We'll go around that. And switch. 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 Hinging at the waist. Go through the legs. Switch. 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 And switch. Go on the floor. Assess the feet. The ankles, the knees, the hips. Make a note, step on the ball. Press down 3 times right in the middle. Move it up to the knuckles. Once on each. Roll across the middle. Bring the ball to the top of the heel, pivot on the toes, and roll across the top of the heel. Press down just below the first note. Side of the top of the heel. Middle of the 5th metatarsal. Roll down each of the bones. And scroll. Three, two, 1, release. Reassess and repeat 3 times. Knuckles. Roll across. Roll across the top of the heel. Press down in 3 spots. Roll down the bones. And scribble. Three, two, 1, get the ball out of the way. Reassess and shake the tree. Three, 2, 1, center. Twist at the waist, swing the arms. And center with some ocean wave breathing. Ocean wave. Fingers and thumb at the base of the spine. Step to the side together in starlight. And the other from the other direction. And center. Take some steps forward. And elbow to the opposite knee. And slap the opposite heel. Then slap it behind. And take a cross step with a twist and a punch. And walk. Watch. Watch out. Today we're going to do the ever popular 6 stretches to open the body. No squats involved. If you want to do those, I think I will. And to 5 Tibetans after class. But you can keep doing what you're doing. Say whatever you do in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then 20. And 30. Two breaths. Interlace the fingers. Bring the hands up overhead. Reach up on your toes if you can. And come down, bend back if you can. Back to center. And to one side. Then to the other. And back to center, lower them to the chest and push out. Come on down. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Lift the hands up. Go a little higher. And come down and shrug. And then swim. And reverse stroke, back stroke. And a breaststroke. Extend the arms and tap the shoulders. And form an L. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and fold. And release. Squeeze. Release. And squeeze. Release. Bring one arm across the body, press in at or above the elbow. Then the other. And bring one arm behind the back, press down and in. And then the other. And grab both elbows and rock side to side. Come on down and rotate the neck. And reverse. Nod. And go ear to shoulder. Tuck in the chin. And peck like a pigeon. Look up. Look down. Over one shoulder. And then the other. And let's do a side lunge. Go the other way. And come on up and grab the stick for the GymStick routine. I'm going to start with dynamic swimmers in one direction. And then the other. And then hold the stick overhead and go side to side. Bring it to the waist and twist. And drop it to behind the knees, right above the knees. Hands between the knees in the front, hinging at the waist, pull up. Then bring the stick around front. Hold on with two hands at or near the top, step back, hinge at the waist, and stretch the shoulders. And then bring the stick across the body with one hand. Bring the other underneath the armpit, grab the shoulders, hinge at the waist, and tug gently. Repeat on the other side. And then bring the stick to the side of one foot. Push out top hand, pull in with the bottom as you hinge at the waist. And then repeat on the other side. And bring the stick out front of one foot. Bring the toes about 6 inches away. Drop the top of the stick to the collarbone. Slide down the stick. Lift the sole. And pivot on the heel to wiggle back and forth if you can. Come on up. Repeat with the other leg. Come on up. Rest the sole of the foot against the stick. And then the other. And bring one leg forward, bend at the knee, the other leg, you're on your toes. Come down and stretch the hip flexors. Reverse the position of the legs. And come on up and grab one leg by the shin, ankle, or toes. And stretch the quads. And then the other. Bring the first leg in front. Push the knee towards the rear, hinge at the waist. Same thing the other way. Come on up, bring the stick in front, hold on with two hands, or one, or a finger or two. Come up on your toes for a second, back on your heels for a second, and do about 15. And then put the stick down. And we're going to do our stretch routine. I'm going to start by bringing our arms out and up, grabbing one wrist and pulling. And then coming down. Hands on the side of the legs, come on down, bending at the waist, down to the feet. Bring the hands back up the legs. Extend, go to the top and grab the other wrist. And pull. And come on down. We'll do two more each way. Oh, John. You can try this. First wrist again. And down. Second wrist. Yeah, one more time each way. And back down. Okay. Now we're going to bring the hands up overhead. Grab a wrist, bend to one side and back, and hold. And back to center, Then the other way, grab the other wrist. Back to the first position. The other way. One more time each way. And back. All right. Shake it out. We're going to do some chest openers. You can either do it with your hands fully extended or with them behind the back, or a combination of both. Stand back. Nice deep breath in and out. And one more. Well, three more actually. But I'm going to do the other three with the hands behind my back myself. However you feel works best for you. Two more. All right, we're going to get on the floor on our backs, and I'm going to switch the camera and meet you down there. Going to start by extending one leg, bringing our hands around the knee of the other leg and pulling it towards the chest and holding. Bring that leg down, extend, bring the other knee up. And then go back to the first. And then the second. And the first. And then the other. Grab both knees and hold. And put the soles of the feet on the floor and do some windshield wipers back and forth. One more. And then we're going to turn around into tabletop position. Fingers spread, palms underneath the shoulders, pushing into the ground. Let's do a cat. And then arch your back and do a cat. Cat. Down. Cat. Down. And last cat. And down. All right, let's stand up. We're doing the big cosmic sigh. Diaphragmatic inhalation through the nose. Almost full, and then take one last breath in, and then a nice slow exhale with the ocean sound or a hum or nothing at all, however you feel most comfortable. And we're going to do 5 of those today. Here we go. Ooh, in the head. Well, the chivo. Oh, it's leave. And centering. 2 breaths. And let us open our hearts. Pausing on this inhale. Exhale again, sending it out. Centering. 2 breaths. And bringing down heavenly chi. Going down, gathering it up. And
Thanks, Tom.
you're welcome, Mira. Enjoy today.
You too.
I shall.
Thank you, Tom.
Okay, Richard, take
Well.
care. Nina,
Take it.
you. Thank you a lot, Tom.
Bill, take care. Bye-bye. Hey, John. You want to do some Tibetans? All right. Well, up to 11 spins. And then a couple of breaths. And we're gonna get on the floor, we'll be on our backs. In the regular version, hands are by the side, legs are extended. Head, neck, and shoulder comes up at the same time as the legs, and then back down. Modifications, you can put palms by your side, under your back, or under your head to protect your neck. And the soles of the feet are on the floor, and you come up and down. Whatever works, up to 11. There's one. And then take 2 breaths. And get up on our knees. Hands are on the hamstrings of the glutes. You can rock back on the knees if you're fine. If so. Otherwise, bend back and come forward up to the right back. Breaths. And we're going to sit. Hands by the hips. Again, legs can be extended in the usual version, but you can modify it by putting the soles of the feet on the floor. Either way, we're coming into inverted table. Up to 11. And then 2 breaths. Spin around. Modified version. Tabletop to cobra. Regular down dog to up dog. To 11. And then come around. Cross your legs over. Feels all right this morning. And take 2 breaths. Going to rotate 6 times in one direction, 5 in the other. Either sitting up or bending down. 1. On the last round, gonna stretch out in front and do a round of box breathing, 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold. I'll do it over the left knee and over the right knee. Here we go. Going left. And right. Reversing the position of the feet. On top goes below, in front goes behind. 5 times in the original direction, 6 in reverse. And another 3 reps of box breathing. And stretching out. Left. And right. And